I would like to know how these kinds of things happen. Incredibly, 3 dupes managed to get themselves stuck. How does this... No! I made a whoopsie! No, 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 stop! Hello there, I'm the Biz Manager and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, today I think it would be a great idea to start preparing the journey to the next planet. We will be using the teleporter. Obviously we still don't have access to rockets, but getting into the next planet is of the utmost importance, because it is in the next planet that we will be able to find crude oil. Without it, well, we are kind of stuck. We can't proceed with the forge area. We can't proceed with the fabrication of fuel for our power plant over here, for the petroleum generators, nor can we use said fluids such as petroleum and crude oil to build our fridge over here. It's of the utmost importance that we get those fluids coming into this base, but for that we need to send some dupes over there. Now, who is going to be the chosen one? Ellie? I think we have a candidate, right? Now, before we go, there is just a few things that I want to make sure that are working, such as this thing over here. This wire is already quite loaded up, but still we need to find a way. We can use this one. Yeah, let's use this wire. Now, why do we need this? Well, this is the thing that allows us to send items into the next planet. So let's say that we need to send food for the colonists that are going to be present there. We send it via this conveyor loader. Oh, wait, but we also need to activate this one, and we need to activate this one, and then we need to do the same for the respective buildings on the other side, so that this thing actually works. But I believe it is Nicola that needs to be the one doing the activation. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, my friends, I think it is time. We are not going to build a lot of things. It's just a few things extra so we can send our builder dupes into the next planet. We are going to start with Ellie. Yeah, thank you. The planet is called Pitchil... What? Pitchilios. Huh. Okay. So let's see, trapped oil. Now that's nice, that's why we are going there. A frozen friend. Sure, it has a minor volcano, that's not cool. We don't care too much about that. That's nice, natural gas is always nice. Liquid sulfur. Wait. No metallic geysers? Really? Not a cobalt, not a coal, not a copper, gold, nothing? Oh, that's terrible. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's one of those things, right? You have to play with the cards that you have, and we don't have any good cards apparently. Okay, game. Okay, I see what you're doing. You are giving me everything because you are also... Wait a second, we kind of want to see this, okay? Take it easy. You are giving me everything because you are also not giving me a lot, so it makes sense, it makes sense. Your niceness is now understandable. Liam, you are here to observe this moment? No? You don't want to see? Fine. Ellie? Time to leave. And on the other side... Hello, Ellie. So, this is the swamp planet. Let's take a look at what we have. The thingy, the initial base, shall we say. It's really close to the outside, which is not ideal. But that's fine. This is a... I'm pretty sure this is a entropy nullifier. We have an extra few whiz words over here, which is nice. And here are the two transporters. They are also close by, which means we can put a storage area over here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay. Okay, first let's unfrost this friend. Then we are going to proceed... yeah, we still have time. We are going to proceed by grabbing a little bit of sedimentary rock. We are going to need it. And then we are going to build a couple of beds and a bathroom, because, you know, it's kind of important. Is that dirt? Yes, that's dirt. Perfect. We'll have all the materials that we need. Once again, let's witness this moment, as it is a quite beautiful moment. Halley has made an amazing discovery. A barely working Cryotank 3000 has been uncovered, containing a Mary inside. In a frozen state, Halley was successful in throwing Mary, and this encounter has filled both duplicants with a sense of hope. Something they will desperately need to keep their morale up when facing the dangers ahead. Hey! Hello, Mary. What are your traits? Let's take a look. I believe it is in here, skills. No, probably in bio. She has a research interest. Okay. She's an allowed sleeper. Less ideal. Iron Gut, ancient knowledge, starts with 3 skill points. Okay. Well, interesting. We'll take a look at you in a moment. Right now, what we really need is a few pieces of sedimentary rock so we can build the beds and bathrooms for these dupes. Now, hopefully the dupes will be able to get this done pretty quick, because this is a swamp biome. If they pee outside of the bathroom, we'll never be able to get rid of the food poisoning, because it's just going to keep on replicating until it's out of control, and we don't want that. We don't want that. We kind of want to keep this area as clean as possible, because it's going to be super yucky. Polluted oxygen everywhere. Our dupes will have to deal with it, but I think that is going to be fine. Now, Ellie, I understand that you kind of want to keep your suit on, but unfortunately there is no way to recharge it, so you'll have to unequip it. Okay, oh wait, it dropped the oxygen. It turned into a worn atmosuit. Oh, god damn it. Okay, that's not ideal, but okay. Now, my friends, we came here with an objective. That objective is crude oil and ethanol. Ethanol, we can have quick access to it, although we still need some power to make it work, but it should be relatively simple. I don't think that we have any access to coal on this side of the planet, which means we need to send it from our main colony to over here. So, we need to get access to these two structures over here. That would be ideal, and we need to activate them. Luckily for us, Marie has an interest in researching, which means that if we take her up to research... Let me see. Local colony requires field research. Okay, let's go into skills. Field research. Oh, it's the second one. Oh, that's fine, we can do it, we just need to build a printing pod over here, and we should be golden. I would like to know how these kinds of things happen. Gossman, you had places to go, but still you choose to entomb yourself because you know perfectly that I'm not looking in this way. These dupes, they really are... well, they are drama-driven, okay? They like their dramas. I can't believe them. I really just want to be concentrated in what I am doing over here. I kind of want to have a little bit of space so that I can place a few facilities for the dupes that inhabit this location. They deserve it, after all. And then I want to start cleaning house. There is plenty of yucky water laying around that we need to take care of. And we also need to gain access to these ethanol bubbles before we can... transport them, right? Yeah. But no, the dupes have to always make something happen to change my attention. How? Again? Like... Well, now is the part of the game where the challenge actually begins, trying to build in two different places at the same time, trying to take care of two different colonies at the same time, and trying to take care of two sets of dupes without having them trapping themselves or killing themselves at the same time. Oh well, this is not exactly an urgent thing, it's just so that our dupes don't go idling on us. There is plenty to do, so I'm just going to start doing a few things here and there. Like for example, I knew how my forges are going to be, right? This time I'm not going to build the forges super close to the steam chamber. I want to leave a little bit of space on top of them so that we can have rails and stuff like that moving in the background. I think a little bit of space is going to be a really a good idea. And then we just need a few more floors over here. That is going to be perfectly fine. Now, when it comes to the refinery area, we know that we are going to receive both crude oil and natural gas from the other planet, and it's going to end up over here. So, I thought to myself, given that we need the natural gas over here and the petroleum over here as well, instead of having the refinery area in the industrial area, we could technically move it over here into this corner, close to the supply teleporter output. That way it would simplify our lives, because we would not have to build so many pipes and so many vents all over the map to transport said fluids. Now, unfortunately for us, we do need the petroleum on the industrial area, so we are definitely going to have to build a pipe that is going to lead over here. So there is also that to take into consideration, so I will have to think about it a little bit. But I am... my first initial tendency is to build it over here in this corner. I think it's going to look pretty neat. It's going to take advantage of this dead corner that we are not going to use for anything. And, you know, it makes logic and all of that, so... I don't know. I don't know. I really need to think about it, but if I was good at planning, I would build the industrial area on this side and the farming area on this side. But no, you know, where would be the fun in that? Okay, so our dupes have built the mini pod, which means we can activate it and then give the skill points to Marie. We'll take her into field research at first, so that she can activate the supply teleporter output and input. Pretty cool. Okay, so duplicate skills, Marie, bam, bam, and the other skill, I don't know. And for now, you can just have this, and then once we need more thingies, I will take you up towards that. I don't need another scientist on the colony, so... To start with, we are going to get some basic facilities going, like a barracks and a mess hall, just for those tiny little points on morale. Then we are going to get a bathroom, and in here we'll see something else, perhaps a massage room once we have the power for that. Now, speaking about power, I requested some coal over here. Oh, I forgot to do that tick. Allow manual use. Yeah, that would be helpful. So once some dupes have some time, they are going to start transferring the coal from this planet into the next one, as we can see, which means we can start using the coal generators to generate some power for us. We still don't need it just yet, but we will soon need the power. Now, unfortunately for us, none of these dupes is capable of hard digging. Yeah, which means we'll have to send the minor dupe towards the colony to get this going. It's going to be unfortunate, but oh well. While we wait for the teleporter to recharge, we are going to try and collect all of this polluted water in one spot so that we convert all of it into clean water. We are going to need that clean water to quote-unquote mine the crude oil, so if we can get that going, you know, right now, it would be ideal. Well, from coal to sand, there are so many resources that we don't have available to us over on this planet that we need to send from the other side. I also sent a tad bit of copper, it's right over there, because we need to build a smart battery, right? What? Huh? There is no consumer. Why are you... whatever. Don't even think about it. In any case, I'm going to do the water conversion over here. We are going to have a couple of liquid tanks to keep some reserve water ready to roll once we start mining for the crude oil. But still, I would like to have a large water tank somewhere around here to deposit all of this water as a quote-unquote reserve, right? I kind of want to access this ethanol, but I first need to clean house, if you know what I mean. Alright, my friends, so now that we have power available to us, I think it is a good idea to assure the oxygen production. Right now the oxygen provided to our dupes is coming from the polluted dirt that we have laying around, but we can use sublimation stations to speed up this process, because as we can see it is barely breathable because of the amount of mining that we did. So if we just add a couple of these with deodorizers on top of them, they are going to be producing polluted oxygen from the polluted dirt, and then the deodorizers are going to convert said polluted oxygen into regular oxygen. That doesn't mean that the entire map is going to magically filled with regular oxygen, but still, it's better to have something than nothing, right? And this is pretty simple. It doesn't require a lot of power, and yeah, it's just that the dupes will have to supply the sublimation stations by hand. We could technically use, you know, these things, but, you know, why do that? We don't have mechatronics engineers over here anyway, so why even bother wasting the materials on that? If we are going to do anything with the auto sweeper, is build one over here on top of this storage bin. But that's something for the future, because we are not going to send Jean just yet. We still have a few things left to do. Jean is like the last dupe to come to this planet. He's just going to do the railings and then he's going to leave. So I kind of want to have everything ready to receive him. So yeah. Now, I was thinking, instead of sending a miner dupe over here, what we could do, technically, we could go and tag Ellie into super hard digging, but Ellie is already a little bit demoralized, shall we say. So I don't really think that's a good idea. We don't have the luxuries over here that we have on the other planets, so it's only natural that Ellie is starting to become a little bit sad. So I think I'm going to send another dupe over here, which would mean Gossman, because Gossman is the only minor dupe that we have. So, you know, once we get more dupes, I need to start thinking about recruiting them. Especially operators, builders, and diggers. Farmers, ranchers, and researchers we, like, don't need, but those other three professions would be nice to get a few extra dupes. Well, Gossman, it is your turn to teleport to the other planet, or in this case, have every single atom in your body torn into pieces and then reconstructed on the other side. But that's a secret the dupes don't need to know. Well, my friends, for the time being, I'm going to send Ellie back into the main planet. Reason for that is because I didn't realize this, but she is a destructive dupe. I don't want her destroying the few things we managed to build, so I'm sorry, but you are going back. In fact, you are going to take Gossman's suit back, and then we'll send Eri or Ren, I can't remember. Ellie, say bye-bye to this colony. Well, I mean, I didn't send you here to destroy the stuff that we had over here, okay? No, stop doing that. That's what builds the good... Okay, sure thing. No, not that, okay? That's enough. Fuck off. Okay, Ali, you are pissing me off with your tantrums. Alright, my friends, so yesterday I was really tired and I was making a few bad decisions. Well, it wasn't terrible, but we got some aquatuners damaged, and that was less than ideal, but oh well. Oh well. One of the reasons why we are running into some issues is the stress levels that we have, because we are forgetting something very important, morale, right? Morale is kind of an issue. I kind of knew from the start that we were having a few issues, that we were going to have a few issues with it, and that's why I kind of wanted to have a few rooms ready. So now we have the washroom, mess hall and barracks, and well, that's a little bit more morale. However, there is a few ways we can also work around that. Food is the obvious one, right? But right now food is kind of a problem. We can't really send anything too important over here, as it would be destroyed rather quickly by the polluted oxygen all over the place. Another thing that we can do is the party line. I'm going to build one over here, deconstruct that, build another one over here, and then we need to go into the other planet and do the same. A party line, bam, bam. A couple of party lines so that a few dupes can use them at the same time. So pretty much this thing is freaking awesome. I don't know why I didn't remember it before. If a dupe uses a party line by itself, it is going to... Okay. I don't know if I want to ask what happened. If a dupe uses the party line by itself, you know, no, it's not talking to anyone, it will get a +1 morale bonus. But if it gets to talk to someone on another planet, I believe it's 4 morale bonus it gets. And it lasts a little while, so just by doing this, we'll be able to increase the morale of our dupes and prevent the stress from rising too much, too quick. So yeah, as we can see, +1 morale if it talks to no one, +2 morale if it's talking to another dupe in the same planet, or +4 morale if he's talking to another dupe in another planet. So, for example, Gossman is getting a little bit stressed out, but if we go over here into the duplicate skills, we can see that +4 morale, it's going to cover all the needs that she has, which means we should be good to go on that regard. Now, this bathroom has seen better days, that's why all of this is built. We are going to provide a little bit of water, pretty much like we did on the on our main base. We are going to provide a little water just to fill up everything, and then we are going to cut it out and be done with it. So, I don't know. And this is probably enough. So, cut it over here. We'll let the water flow, and then we'll cut it over here again. Alright, so with a fresh mind, I kinda can think clearly now. First thing first, we need to get rid of all of this water. Having a few storages of clean water is always nice, but this is a lot of water, and we are going to take forever to convert it all. So I'm just going to transfer it over here into a small tank, so that we can deal with it later. Not only that, we also need access to polluted water, so that we can irrigate the bog buckets that we have over here. So, I don't know. I'm just going to transfer it all over here because I want to access this ethanol and this pocket over here. I want to send both of them to my main base so that we can use them as coolant, because ethanol can be chilled out all the way to -114 degrees, which is pretty cold, and it's roughly the temperature. It's... well, we are not going to chill it out all the way over here, but we kind of need something that can go all the way down to -30, -40 degrees to create a few chill boxes for our farmhouse. So ethanol is the ideal fluid. Alright, my friends, so time to start transporting all of this water. We are going to transport both polluted and clean water. We really couldn't care less about the fluids that end up over here. We have pitcher pumps for all of our collection needs, and now is just a matter of time until all of this water is pushed over there. Now, this setup is still going to continue over here. We built a few pipes too many. This is the pipe that we are going to be taking down towards the oil biome that we can actually already see over here. We already can see a bit of crude oil, pretty cool. And then we are going to have this pipe over here that brings the water all the way to the water sieve. So this thingy is still going to be useful for the future, so I'm not going to destroy it. Now, how many cycles will it take to transport all of this water? I don't know, but I suppose that we will find out soon enough. Now, on the other planet, we need to start thinking about receiving the ethanol and crude oil. Now, we know that we are going to send the crude oil somewhere. Over here we'll have our refinery, so we probably will just convert it straight into petroleum and send it down over here. So we will do the same to the natural gas, but the ethanol It's kind of a different thing. Ethanol is part of what I like to call special fluids because, well, we are not going to use it as fuel, which is its primary function. We are going to use it for its other properties. And the same will be said to a bunch of fluids. So, usually I like to keep a tank of said fluids. Like, for example, we can have ethanol on one side, petroleum on the other, probably not that big. These will suffice for now. And then on the bottom we can have a few more tanks, like for example for the supercoolant and crude oil. I always like to have at least one tank that can be accessed with a pitcher pump for petroleum and crude oil, because we are going to use those as fluids for cooling loops as well. So, after a lot of after a lot of experimenting with different shapes, I decided we are going to have these 3 tanks for now. Ethanol, petroleum, cooling, supercoolant. If we absolutely need the crude oil, we can add another one over here on the bottom. So this is going to be it. We are going to put a pitcher pump right there in those gaps, and then a regular pump on the bottom to pump whatever it is into, you know, whenever we feel like it. So yeah, we need to bring a pipe, a regular one. We don't need to build it out of... Oh, man, I love past me sometimes. I love past me sometimes. This will do just fine, my friends. This will do just fine. There we go. We can bring it... maybe not over there, because we can't build over there. Because we don't have a ladder over here, the dupe cannot build underneath the tile, so we cannot go through there. But if we go less elegant, this is good enough. We can then let gravity do its thing. Bam, bam, bam. Cool. And the only thing we need to do is build another pipe over here from this thingy. And there we go. This is going to bring all the ethanol that we are going to need. We don't need a lot of it. We just need enough to fill a small cooling loop over here. And then the respective cooling... It's not a cooling loop because it's not going to have an aqua tuner. It's going to be something like this. We're going to have an aqua tuner with a cooling loop that passes through a box of water, turning it into ice, and then inside of that box of water we are going to have similar loops to this one that are going to collect or dump the heat there. That way we can control the temperature much better, instead of the using the aqua tuner to control the temperature, because if we go over here, this thing is set up to 25 degrees, however the aqua tuner can chills down 14 degrees at a time, which means if the water going through here it's at 25 degrees, it's going to chill it out to not 11. Yeah, 11 degrees, right? So, in fact, if we want to say 25 degrees precisely, we can use other methods, but that's something for the future, for future me to show you guys. It's better to show than to tell how it works. Incredibly, 3 dupes managed to get themselves stuck. How does this happen? No one knows. All I know is that today no one is going to sleep. And by the way, if you don't want to deal with this, all you have to do is deconstruct all the tiles. Your dupe would fall eventually and grab the ladder and go, but I don't want to do that. Alright, my friends, so the very first delivery of ethanol is on its way. Gusman, could you please finish that? Thank you. I don't like when you guys like to show that I'm wrong. In any case, this is a small pocket of ethanol. It's not going to be a lot. I don't think it's going to be enough to fill up all the cooling loops that we are going to need, but oh well. That's okay. We can start working now on the cooling loop that is going to provide the farms with the temperature that they need. But as we can see, if we go into the pipe menu on this side, now we have ethanol on this planet. Isn't this beautiful? No! I made a whoopsie! No, stop! God damn it. We are going to have ethanol on our water supply. That's terrible. Okay, that was less than smart, I suppose. Okay, so we were able to clean it out because it was a tiny speck of ethanol. We were able to just mop it, and not a lot was... well, nothing was lost, and we didn't create any mess, so... No, what the hell am I doing? Am I really going to do that again? Really? Now, my friends, given that we have the ethanol coming, like I said, we can start thinking about the farmhouse. We are not going to get it ready this episode, but we can start working on a few things that are going to help us out tremendously. It is going to help us. I can't say that word, I don't know why I even try. In any case, so last time what we did, we built several farmhouses, something like this, right? 4 tall and very long. Because of that, let's pause the game so the dupes don't build anything. You have to build several auto sweepers, right? You have to go and do something like this, like this, right? Otherwise, you can't cover all the farm tiles. However, I kind of wanted to do something similar to this, but I still have to experiment a little bit, you know. Not deconstruct, cancel. The idea would be this time we would build a farmhouse that will, instead of having long corridors as rooms for the farmhouses, we would have square ones, going something along these lines. Let me just mark this one, so I know where the limit is. And we would do something like this. Can access, yeah. You know what, my friends? Scratch what I said. That is not going to work the way I think it's going to work. So we are going to get rid of it, and we are going to get rid of it right now. We are also going to redo the design on this thing, because I need this space for farm tiles. Not farm tiles, hydroponic farms. We are going to have to cover all of this with hydroponics, so we don't want that polluted water being inputted into the hydroponics. We want to use it as coolant. So we need to kinda just wait for this to be done, cut the pipe over there, cut the pipe over there, and then redo this part. Oh, look at this, my friends. We are really close to our objective now. I was going to tap into this ethanol bubble now because the water level has dropped enough that we could access it without any issues. And I found a oil reservoir. That's beautiful, but let's just double check. There is no germs over here. Nope. Now we need to find a second one. We need 2 oil reservoirs at least to create a decent flow of resources for us. So hopefully we'll find another one close by so that we can create a specialized room to work on those oil reservoirs. I can't believe this, my friends. We have another cryo tank, 3000 over here. There is another frosted friend inside of the oil biome. Not only that, we found the other oil reservoir that we were looking for. Well, usually, at least previously, we had the luck of having the oil reservoir side to side, so I always would build something relatively large, but something that would allow both of them to work simultaneously, dropping the crude oil and having a collection pit. Now, with them on top of each other, it's not going to work precisely like that, but we just make sure that we have a sufficiently deep enough collection field to have both of them working simultaneously without flooding one of them. And other than that, we'll have to find a way to defrost his friend and bring him to safety. This is oh no. I was going to say, this is kind of a toasty environment for a dupe to be without a suit, but no. It's okay. It's only vacuum. Like, I mean, what is worse? Being exposed to, these kinds of temperatures or vacuum? Like, pick your... it's pick your poison time, I suppose. Now, my friends, after a few rounds of blueprints, where we had nothing that great, we finally have a dupe that is worth recruiting. Joshua over here, with digging +9, and traits steroid and germ resistance, however, with some allergies to floral scent. We should only have floral scent within our farmhouse, a place where Joshua should stay clear of, given that he's not going to be a farmer. So you know what? Welcome to the colony, Joshua. We are in need of more diggers such as yourself, and look at that, there is a suit ready for you, my friend. Okay, my friend, so the problem number one has been solved, which was the ethanol. We are already transporting ethanol from the second bubble. Now we need to start thinking about accessing the oil biome. Now, for us to get into the oil biome with some relative safety, we need atmosuits. There is no way around it. It is too hot, there is no oxygen, and our dupes might get sick if we pop into some zombie spore zone. I can't see any, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. They are quite, well, the name says it all, right? We don't want zombie spores around. We don't want to quarantine this colony because of freaking disease. No. Like I said, we are going to make something very small. It's like, maybe just 2 suits is all that it takes. Something like this, and then bam bam. Perfect. Oh, we had the precise amount of materials over here to do that. That's just fantastic. Now, and we still need to send the suits from our main colony over here, but that's not actually... In fact, thinking about it, what we can do, we already have a worn Atmos suit over here, and we could send another dupe over here to help out. Jean is coming eventually. The dupe would drop the suit, and we could use it in here. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We just need a way to fix the suits, which means timbleweeds. I don't think we have timbleweeds over here. Do we have timbleweed seeds? That's a good question. Okay, so the answer would be no timbleweed seed for you. That's fine, that's fine. We can send it from over here. We just need to select the respective thingy. Timbleweed seeds. We have like 1 billion of them by now, so please send it on the conveyor loader so that we can start planting them. They take a little while to grow, and we kinda need the fibers like yesterday. So, when it comes to the Atmo docks, we are already accumulating a little bit of oxygen. A pretty simple setup, a gas pump with a filter. If it gets any polluted oxygen, or any other gases by that matter, it injects them over in this area to be converted back into a regular oxygen. And we have this gas reservoir just to hold a little bit, and then we have the atmosuits over here. Now, we still need to bring the power and the rest of the line over there, but that's... it's easy. So, and when it comes to the suits, we already have 1 suit there that it still needs to be repaired. And where is the transporter thingy? Oh, right here. And now we are going to send another dupe over there, and this dupe is going to be Ada. Ada already has all the necessary points to become a mechatronics engineer, and unlike Jean, doesn't have as many skills, which means she is less prone to be stressed out, even though we now have taken care of that. But we don't want no dupe stressed out and spaced out, right? That tends to be not a very good thing. And there we go, Ada is ready to transport. Let's go into the other planet. Oh, that's not where Ada is coming from. And Ada, please now unequip your suit. And then we'll go over here and we make deliver suit, deliver suit. Now we still need to build an exoforge. I requested a little bit of copper to be delivered over here. It still hasn't arrived, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer on that. And there we go, my friends. We now have the capability of repairing the suits on this planet, which means the Atmosuit dock is now 100% operational. Let's keep on digging then. We have still a lot of things left to do, my friends. This environment needs to be dig out. We need to vacuum it out as well. We need to take all of this yucky carbon dioxide out of this place, so that we can create a chamber to receive not only the crude oil, but also the natural gas that we are going to be generating in the process. We want to take advantage of that, so that we can, you know, use it on our main colony for fuel for our power plant. Alright, so luckily for us, we have another oil reservoir right next to the to this one, which is good news. If we want to make a somewhat small oil collection chamber, it's pretty easy to do. However, I think I'm going to take advantage of this third oil reservoir over here, and I'm going to use it as well. Wait a second, what's going on? It just decided to interrupt me because I decided to speak a little bit. Oh well, we are used to that by now. Like I was saying, I think I'm going to take advantage of this third oil reservoir so that we can have a more speedy oil production, should we need. Last season we got some problems with the supply of crude oil, so having 3 of them probably is going to be very helpful, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure of that. So we are going to pretty much create a ginormous chamber around these 3 oil reservoirs. This is going to be the collection pit. If we use this thing, the oil well, we need to build these on top of oil reservoirs, like so. Should I be making these out of lead? I don't think that's a fantastic idea. I don't think that's a great idea. No, 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 no. That's why we are sending copper over here. Let's take advantage of these 2, and then we build the 3rd over there. So, what happens here is you pump water, clean water, into the oil wells, and then they expel crude oil and start accumulating pressure, and then your dupe needs to come over here, release the pressure, and then the pressure turns into natural gas, the 2 resources that we need to collect. So that's what we are going to do. We are going to put the oil wells over there, and then we are going to pump the crude oil from the bottom using a regular pump. Doesn't really matter what it... We kind of want to use gold for this one. Time to send some gold from the other planet. Alright, 1 ton of gold amalgam is all that we need. I said 1 ton of gold amalgam is all that we need, thank you. And this should be the design for our collection chamber. So, like I said, we are going to take advantage of the 3 thingies. We have the gas pumps over here to take care of the natural gas. We are going to have our liquid lock right there, using crude oil. We don't need, to make anything fancy. Alright, my friends, so we might be closing in on the end of the episode, but the race is on. We are building frenetically on both sides. In here we are going to have our crude oil reservoirs. We are going to split the oil on arrival into 2 separate reservoirs of each group is made out of 6 liquid reservoirs. Each group will then supply an individual oil refinery, and both oil refineries will then output into the same pipe. The reason for that is the oil refineries will take 1 full pipe of crude oil and convert it into half a pipe of petroleum. And because the oil refineries are not running all the time, we can split the oil evenly. It will be fine. Eventually all the reservoirs will be full, and we'll be able to pretty much convert a bunch of petroleum in pretty much no time as well. Now, the reason why I don't use petroleum boilers is because they are difficult to set up, finicky to make it happen, and overall petroleum is not really like the most important resource ever. Like, you need a bunch of it, but you can also get a bunch of it, so it's like, I don't think it's worth the effort. But that's my opinion, of course. Alright, so over on this side we can start the efforts of vacuuming out this entire chamber, even though the liquid lock is not complete. If we go over here, we can see that there is 1 speck of water over there, another one over here, which creates a lock between these 2 areas. So the vacuuming process can start now, especially because it's going to take a very long time. Very, very long time. But okay. That's fine, that's fine. Future me will be here to continue with the building process. Now, over on this side, well... this liquid lock is already done, apparently. Pretty cool. We can also start vacuuming out this entire area. We are going to need to bring 2 power lines over here. It's going to be a challenge, but... okay, I'll accept said challenge. I could use conductive wire. I mean, thinking about it, it's probably for the best. We have a bunch of lead over here. Lead is not exactly useful for anything other than making suits and radiation blockers and stuff like that. So how about we use the lead that we have over here to make a conductive wire? That way we don't have to worry so much about making the wiring pass through here, which is going to be a nightmare. Okay, so over on this side we are almost ready to receive the crude oil. This is almost vacuumed out, which is pretty cool. Now, I was actually thinking about using this space over here as a storage for the petroleum, right? We would build like 1 billion more liquid reservoirs over here, over here, over here, and then we would send the petroleum down over into a secondary storage facility over here that would provide the petroleum to the generators. And the reason for that reasoning would be that at least with the petroleum with the main petroleum storage being over here, it would be easier channeling over it, sending the petroleum over into the rocket silo, right? Instead of just having to send them all the way from over here back into space. That would be kind of annoying. But there is one small thing that I kind of wanted to see. So I built this liquid reservoir over here because I wanted to see if it would get flooded by being, you know, within a fluid. And it doesn't appear to be the case. So what I'm thinking is building a hybrid storage over here using both liquid reservoirs and a pump. So we would do something along these lines. Well, first we need to deconstruct that, pretend this is going to be a dead end, right? And then we need to continue from here and plug this hole. But in essence, we would have a ginormous petroleum storage right here. With tanks, let's go... Yeah. Almost perfect, almost. Because we still need to build a liquid pump over in this tank, so it would be something along these lines. We would store the petroleum over here, the liquid pump would put it back into the liquid reservoirs to be sent into the petroleum generators. A small automation thingy over here will control the flow of petroleum. We just need a nitro sensor over here connected to the liquid vent. The second we get petroleum over on this tile over here, that is going to close the vent off, preventing any further petroleum from dropping in here and overflooding the entire thing. Then we would just protect it like so, even though I'm pretty sure nothing is going to fall over here, like no fluid, but you never know, you never know. We don't want any nasty water inside of our petroleum tank, right? So yeah. I think this is a good idea, but in the future I will see if it is or not. Well, my friends, our dupes have been giving them it all, but unfortunately they weren't able to complete this by the end of the episode. We were very, very close to get crude oil being shipped back into our main planet, but oh well. Taking into consideration the fact that we started the episode by arriving over here and with just 2 dupes we got all of this done, I think that's pretty impressive by itself, so I'm not complaining. We can get this done next episode. Besides, everything is already ready over here, so the second we have crude oil arriving, we will have the petroleum ready, and that means that we can pretty much kickstart our industrial area. So yeah, and from the industrial area we can take it into the... Why do we have yuckiness over here? I don't care. From the industrial area we can take into the farmhouse, which is also, well, not ready, but the skeleton part is ready, so we can start doing that as well, and then we can also finish by having our power plant go full operational. We have all the stuff already ready, we are just waiting on the petroleum and then just do a few bits of automation here and there. Yeah, we are set up for success in the future episodes, my friends. But oh well, my friends, with the end of this cycle also comes the end of this episode. So, with all of that said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!